So in a multiple product environment, how do we calculate the break-even point in units? So break-even point in units. Now, to do this, we're going to go through some steps generally to just explain the concepts to you. And we're going to use an illustrative question in the documents that you have there. This one on page 20. So calculate break-even point for PL. It says PL produces and sells 2 products. M sells for $7 per unit, has a total variable cost of this. N sells for 15 per unit, has a total variable cost of this. The marketing department has estimated that for every 5 units of M sold, 1 unit of N will be sold. Now, that is the sales mix. Because we said in a multiple product environment, there is a constant mix. So it's 5:1 for PL. The organization's fixed cost total 36,000 units. And so in the multiple product environment like this, what we do is to first calculate the break-even point in units, which is what we are supposed to do. But we go through the following steps. First, let's calculate the contribution per unit. So we calculate contribution per unit. So MN. We bring in the selling price. We bring in the variable cost. So selling price respectively 7 and 15. Variable cost respectively 2.94 and 4.5. And that gives us contribution per unit. So 7 minus 2.94, that's 4.06. 15 minus 4.5, that's 10.5. So that's our first step, calculating contribution per unit. The second step is to calculate contribution per mix. The contribution per mix is simply going to be your contribution per unit multiplied by the sales mix given to us in the question. So contribution per mix will be for product M 4.06. What is the sales mix concept? 5:1. So we sell 5 units of M, so times 5 plus 10.5 times 1. So we work it out. This is certainly 10.5. 4.06 by 5 is 20.3. So our contribution per mix is the addition of the two, and that is 30.8. Why is that important? Because of the next step, and that is calculating the break-even point in mixes. So break-even point in mixes. The break-even point in mixes is your fixed cost divided by contribution per mix. Now, from the question, we are told that our fixed cost is $36,000. Contribution per mix, we just calculated it to be 30.8. So that gives us break-even point in mixes. So 36,000 divided by 30.8, and I'm getting 116, maybe 9 mixes. Now from here, you can calculate the break-even point in units. To calculate the break-even point in unit here, it is going to be your break-even point in mixes multiplied by the sales mix. So break-even point in mixes multiplied by the sales mix for each of them. And so for product M, the break-even point for product M will be 1169 times 5. For product N, it's going to be 1169 times 1. And so break-even point in units for M is 5845 units. And for N, it is 1169 units. So in order for our company to break even, we must sell 5,845 units of M and sell 1/5 of that of product N, 1169 units. This is how we calculate the break-even point in units for multiple products. So number 1, contribution per unit. Number 2, contribution per sales mix. Number 3, break-even point in mixes. Then that will be used to then calculate the break-even point in unit. And that is what we do in a multiple product environment. Now, at this point, we could calculate break-even point in value. Because if you have the break-even point in units, then you can just multiply that by the selling price to get a break-even point in value. So I could just build up that into the system as well, because the context of the question was for us to calculate the break-even point. So it will be prudent for us to do for both units and in value. So break-even point in value. That is simply your break-even point in unit times the selling price. So for M, our break-even point in unit is 5845 units. We multiply that by the selling price of M, which is $7. For N, it is 1169 units. We multiply it by $15. So 5845 by 7, that is 40. 915. 1169 by 15, that is 17,535. And we could add that to give us the break-even point in total to be 4915, 58,450. So this is how we calculate the break-even point for multiple product environment.